In all, I just want health and fitness to feel sustainable and practical for people who are very short on time with busy 9 to 5 lives and responsibilities. And I just feel that's a huge gap in the internet, but that's a whole other video. Today, we're going to be setting our goals. You need to forget everything you think you know about health, fitness, clean eating, all of that. Put it out of your mind. Because if all of that advice had actually worked for you so far, you wouldn't have clicked on this video. You need to start afresh and just come to it with a different mindset. A big mistake of mine, which might be for you as well. When I tried to get into the healthy routine of going to the gym a lot more or eating a lot more healthy, I try and set myself lots and lots of goals, like almost impossibly long, and you get that dopamine hit when you sort of set yourself with these goals, but like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but it gets a bit too much. It's in no way you're going to implement 10 new goals in your life every day. I think it'd be safe to start with 2 and then build on that slowly. So my 2 new goals this month is to go to the gym twice a week and to meal prep once a week. To make it more likely for you to do a goal, you need to assign a date and a time so you know exactly when to do it. So you know exactly when to do it and you can just put it into your diary or however you manage your time. So I'm going to meal prep for the week every Sunday and go to the gym Mondays and Fridays. And that's another thing about me. Although I'm not a morning person, I've realised that there's no way that I'm going to the gym after work. After work, I just want to be on my sofa. There's no way I'm getting there. Because I always struggle getting to the gym, it should be the first thing that I do if I do want to achieve that goal. And conveniently, Mondays and Fridays, I don't go into the office. So it's easy for me to get to the gym. I don't need to get to the gym and then commute. Literally, just get to the gym, come back home and log on. And I would say that's the same thing that you should do when you set your goals. You should think about your daily routine, how easy it is to get to the gym, so that it just makes it less of a fad. Anything that's hard or difficult, you just won't do. And this is coming from someone who has struggled with it throughout the years. I've tried the whole 5 a.m. gym routine, traipsed into the gym feeling miserable, despite not being a morning person. I only lasted a week. I've also done the whole restrictive diet thing, no sugar for X amount of months, the Cadbury bar diet, that was a golden oldie back in the day. And I've completely gone the other way too, promising that I wouldn't order that takeaway and then doing it 5 nights in a row and feeling awful about myself. I know, I've been there. I have to say the turning point for me was realising that there's no such thing as willpower and not believing everything that you see online. Most of us have very stressful jobs, kids, families, responsibilities. It is not practical nor realistic to expect to get to the gym for 5 a.m. It's just insane. And influencers who perpetrate that sort of lifestyle don't have the same pressures as normal people. They are able to do that. But for the rest of us who are really short on time, still want to lead a healthy lifestyle but struggle to be consistent with it, there is a way. We don't order takeaway because we're weak or struggle to stay consistent because of lack of willpower. It's all about organisation and building healthy habits which actually fit with your lifestyle. Us humans are led by doing things which come easy to us. We always take the easiest route. So I would say that people tend to eat badly when they don't have that healthy option in the fridge already meal prepped. We are going to order takeaway and turn to delivery when there's no other option. It's too easy. But if you want a few ideas, feel free to check out what I have on my channel. I have lots of quick and easy healthy meals which are affordable, so give it a watch if you fancy it after this video. As I've mentioned, I've always struggled with being consistent, and I recently moved back to the UK from Spain. I was living out there for 18 months, and my God, I was consistent because I didn't have a job. I had oodles of free time, and I want to get back into that healthy mindset. Also, when you set your goals, you should write them down and put them up somewhere where you'll see them every day. So this was a mistake that I did all the time. I wrote them down in my notepad and just put my notepad away, and I just didn't look at my goals every day. So of course you're going to forget them, but if you write them up on the wall, maybe save it on an app which you open all the time, you're going to see it and you're going to be reminded on what you set yourself. Those of you who've been around from the start know that I started a no added sugar challenge where I wanted to reduce my no sugar intake. I didn't finish the challenge. I struggled with it. It was so hard, to be honest. Like, I just binged out all the sugar and just felt awful about myself. And I think what was wrong with that challenge was that I cut all the sugar out. I was just too drastic. Everyone has to have a little bit of sugar day to day in their diet. Granted, yes, but it's all about balance, right? You can't be having too much added sugar. So this time round, in this new challenge, I'm gonna just set myself the goal of meal prepping and just reducing my ultra processed food intake. From a little bit of research, it goes hand in hand. Ultra processed foods essentially contain ingredients you wouldn't be able to find in your kitchen. You know, when you read the ingredient list on the back of a product and you don't recognize any of it, it's an ultra processed food. But if you actually look at the ingredient list and be like, oh yes, tomatoes, salt, seasoning, that is not an ultra processed food. That is more likely than not a healthy whole food. So that's the sort of foods that I want to introduce into my diets. And it goes hand in hand. Ultra processed foods are often packed full of sugar, additives, pretty fatty, not so great for you. So I think by just focusing on cutting down my ultra processed food intake, in turn that will have a positive impact on the amount of sugar that I eat every day, which is bad for me. So I think that's a lot more realistic. So now that we set our goals, let's meal prep some healthy breakfast for the week. And it will only take you 15 minutes for each recipe. Easy, healthy, and affordable and tasty. What more can you want? Give it a watch. I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna guzzle this, no word of a lie.